Bikes RT blog, date September 11th, 2008. Yeah, this is pretty much a solemn day. It's been 7 years since the attack of the World Trade Center. And, yeah. But I'm not going to be talking about that. Instead, my video is going to be about some furries who believe that yiff should be abolished. Now, I have a problem with that. Now, let me put it with the basic definition here. Yiff is our term that is the equivalent of sex. Now, I keep hearing furries say that they should not allow yiff in the fandom. But I'm going to break it down for you. Now, they don't say specifically what kind of yiff. So I'm going to put it from two different perspectives. First of all, the most common one would be yiffy furry art. This is actually a percentage of all furry artwork, and you can find them at some conventions. The artists, when they show yiffy artwork, has to put a warning label on there showing that it's meant for adults. And they also place artwork on websites like the one I go to for Affinity. Now, here's my problem with furries saying that yiff should be abolished. Sex is all over the place, and there's definitely no way, it is impossible to get rid of, especially in artwork. There's always going to be someone that's going to be drawing yiffy artwork, and besides, on websites they have this thing called filters. What it means is that if you're going to search out for some artwork, you can tell the computer to leave out any kind of adult material. It will leave those out, and it'll bring up the clean art for you. Now only the ones that want to see yiffy artwork, they can tell the computer to search them up. Now, no one's forcing you to look at yiffy artwork. It's always going to be out there. There's nothing that anyone can do to stop it. As for in real life, at the conventions, meets, that stuff, they're usually required to put a label on there telling everyone to that only adults are allowed to see it. Now, isn't that enough that they put warning labels on there? Because no one's forcing you to take a look at yiffy artwork. If you want to get rid of yiffy art, you might as well get rid of the other kinds of artwork that has to do with sex. Let's take anime for example. I've seen some artwork that involves anime characters having sex. I think they call it hentai. If I'm wrong, correct me on that. I've also ran into some websites that actually that draws sex. There are adult websites, just like any kind of porn industry. They draw it for money. So yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. That's from my perspective on artwork. Now, the second perspective, because I don't know which one they're covering. There's even some that want to get rid of yiff in real life. In other words, you can figure that out for yourself. But if you're getting rid of yiff for real life, you're basically telling everyone to stop having sex. Everyone does this. It's what we do to keep the human race going. And if you stop sex, you're basically wiping out the whole human race. But the most common complaint I hear is about fursuit yiff, which is one of the stereotypes. But it does happen in the fandom, but it is commonly used as a stereotype, saying that everyone does this. I've said time and time before that it is only a very, very small percentage. There's studies that show that. Now, if you're thinking that that fursuit yiff is wrong, well, here's from what I think. You don't have to agree with me. This is just from my perspective. I actually don't see anything wrong with fursuit yiff, and here's why. What it actually is that you're having sex while wearing clothing. Because fursuits are made from the same materials that you use to wear clothes. Because fursuits are not living things. They are a piece of material. So it's not a living organism. It is not. We don't call these animals or living organisms. You're actually having sex with the person wearing the fursuit. That's pretty much what I have to say about that. Perhaps one of my friends can explain it better than I can, but that's just from my perspective. It is just a piece of material, so please don't complain about that. Plus, they're not showing that in public. Well, they might post some on XTube, but that's perfectly fine because that's what that website is designed for. But if they're gonna have some yiffy stuff going on, they do it in their private rooms. They don't do it out in the middle of a convention and say, "Hey everyone, look at us, we're having sex, we're yiffy." That does not happen. That's basically what I have to say about that. I'll have another blog coming up very soon. Spike Pap logging out.